you ever worked on. It's like a day and die and I don't fucking catch up. Well, why waiting for so long to be a part of someone, to be a part of something, to make the best of every fucking thing. Well, what that could take time? Well, it's you and the bright light. Well, we got there forever. We get there forever, just you and me.
Greetings and salutations, League of Legends fans and LOL Esports fans. I am Sodaron, the wizard of LOL Esports, here to bring you another exciting episode of the Next Level with Sodaron, Worlds 2024 edition. And you'll see a lot of games from me. I'm not going to do them all at once. I'm going to do them separately the next 2 weeks, so there'll probably be a good bit of games for you to watch. But hey, it should be better for me because I normally do 5, 6, 7 hour long VODs, and I'm just going to do the half hour, 45 minutes, however long. So you may like this much better format. So first game we've got here is Mad Lions Koi versus BLG, or Bilibili Gaming. I don't remember what the rest of their name is, just like WBG have Tap Tap. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I am sorry you haven't seen me around for a while. I've been playing solo queue. I put some VODs up of how I get better at solo queue or how to gain skill quickly, so go back and watch on my channels. You'll find them right here at follow Sodaron at twitch.tv/Sodaron. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sodaron. And follow me on x.com/Sodaron official. So I've needed practice besides the streaming. Once you stream and game, it adds a whole nother level to your playing, so it's much more difficult. And I'm rusty, so I needed some practice without streaming just to get better. I've been working really hard on my jungle, so after Worlds, maybe in between, when the first 2 weeks are over of the Swiss stage, maybe I'll stream more. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this game because there's going to be a lot of games and I can do a lot of talking. All right, here we go. I'm using the LOL Esports right now, so we don't have a bunch of ads and stuff. I haven't watched all the games. I have watched some of them. I was busy doing laundry, cleaning my apartment earlier, so I figured I better get to recording some VODs because I just watched Gen.G play WBG. I'm going to do this, and then I'm probably going to watch DK vs Fnatic because I'm very interested in that. There's a couple games I don't care about, like FlyQuest and GAM, even though that I've worked with GAM, but you can see how much I care about them. Not trying to be mean or have bitter ends, but I'm just like, I have no interest in time to watch them. I don't think they'll make it out of Swiss stage. So here we go. We'll go ahead and get into the game. I haven't done this in a while. So we've got the Nidalee. If you're new here, I rank and have my own system of how I do the ban phase, like a priority here. Oh, I did it backwards. So hold on here. Eraser. I'm doing it backwards on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's kind of like a priority here. Okay, let me stop this for a second. So we got the Ziggs. I think Aurora will be the most banned in this tournament, or Skarner. I didn't think we'd be seeing Ziggs because they nerfed his passive, I think, from 40% to 15% turret damage. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but it's something like that, or 40 to 10%. So we've got an Ashe, we got a Nidalee first ban from BLG. We've got a Jinx second ban and an Ashe third ban. We're playing into Supa. Again, I don't know that much about Mad Lions, and I don't really know that much about BLG. I've watched them. I mean, I know Bin, I know Way, I know Knight, Elk, and On a lot more than I know the MDK players. So I've got my own system here where I jokingly say it's like salsa. Like this would be extremely hot over here, and this would be mild. If you're new here and you haven't watched my stuff before, so like extremely hot, and then this would be hot, and you get down to mild. So they're very worried on the Mad Lions about playing into Ziggs, and Ziggs can probably be flexed to mid lane, maybe even top. So then they're a little bit less worried about the Aurora, but they're still worried. And you've got the Ezreal that they're a little bit even less worried, but they're worried about the Ezreal. Looks like they're worried about the AD bottom lane here of Supa. Again, I don't know that much about him. Elk is a pretty good bottom laner. They've considered him probably the best in the LPL this season, but I don't know. I think BLG's a little overrated, if you want my opinion. I do like Way that they brought him in from RNG. I think he is a pretty good jungler, even though On is good. It seems like Way just fits their play style more. But so I've been watching games and stuff. Well, I needed a break. I've done so many VODs. So we get a Vi first pick, which is kind of odd. I think it would be Skarner, unless Vi is... how will they do this? Unless Vi is good into Skarner, we're going to take a look after the bans. And then I show, like, the red side gets 2 counter picks first, where you get the first pick on blue side, but then you get 2 counter picks, and then you get 2 more counter picks. So it is kind of confusing, and that's why I'm showing you how I look at stuff. So we get the Skarner and the Syndra as the first pick for Mad Lions, which they could counter Vi for all I know. And we get a Gnar first pick, or I mean Gnar second pick from Knight, not Knight, Ben. And we get, I thought he went Ari. Again, I keep a notes because I watch so many games, and I just heard I Will Dominate. I watched SmackDown or Sackdown or whatever it's called the other day, and he was saying the same thing I say, that when you start watching so many games, it was K-Droll admitting it, that you watch so many games, you actually forget what the game's champions are, so you have to take notes so you can remember. So we get a Cassante into the Gnar here. We've got a Vi into the Skarner. Ari must be some type of counter to Syndra. We get a Jhin ban. Seems like Mad Lions are very worried about Elk. And of course Elioya is in Italy, and it's been flexed to Merwin. Got banned, and Jinx and Ashe, which Ashe seems like the best first AD pick right now, or at least Ashe counters Ziggs. I've seen a lot of Jinx so far, so we get a Renata Glass. They may be afraid that Mad Lions are going to draft Callista here. So the Renata Glass ban to keep you from getting the Callista Renata Glass duo. And we get a Poppy ban, which Poppy can be flexed top, jungle, support. Mainly it's a support. Poppy is a counter to Vi, so that's probably one reason.
Shouldn't talk about the hovers. Okay. Well, I mean, Tristana.
And we get Tristana. Now, I remember in this game, Tristana didn't go mid. We've seen her mid all summer long, but she goes bottom lane in this game, which is cool. I like that. I mean, you can even play Tristana top lane. I've seen a lot of that a couple years ago or a few years ago. So get a Kai'Sa pick here, and I think we're going to get a Rel.
right now, though, on taking his time debating.
And we do have lane swaps going on. Riot was trying to say a couple weeks ago they fixed that, but that's not true because we're still seeing lane swaps, which I guess it's worth the time. So when you have a bad laning matchup, especially it's always focused around the bottom lane having a bad matchup. The top laner kind of gets screwed where he's got to lane into 2 and get dove. So we got the Alistar. That's a natural, well-known rel counter pick. So get back to my cursor here. I got to remember what clears all of this. I think it's this button here. Yeah, okay. So we'll look in the counters here. So we got Gnar into Cassante. We're on patch 14.18. I like to look at Korea. You know, I would like to have China too, but they won't show us that. So we got the Gnar into Cassante. Let's see here. There we go. Gnar wins against Cassante 52% of the time. So they got a winning matchup. Check that VOD out. If I made a Viego VOD, I just unlocked him not too long ago, and I've been spamming him. So we got a winning lane matchup for BLG here into the Cassante. Vi versus Skarner. May not have much Skarner here. Vi looks like she's bad into Skarner. Vi wins against Skarner 45% of the time. So got a bad jungle matchup for BLG here. We got Ahri into Syndra. And I could look more and find more data, but this is just the easiest way to look at the Korean solo queue and challengers because most of those players are pros. If they're not on a pro team, they're on a challenger team, or they're going to go play for another pro team in a different region. So I'm looking for, it was Syndra. May not, there we go. Ahri wins against Syndra 52% of the time. So we got a winning lane matchup for BLG in the mid lane. Winning match up in the top lane, not in the jungle. We got Kai'Sa and Rel. Haven't really seen much Kai'Sa, so don't know if she's really strong or not. Has a 52% win rate on Emerald Plus. We're supposed to be looking at Challenger. So Kai'Sa into, that may have skewed the stats a little bit that I was talking about. Kai'Sa into Tristana. And we may not see that at all. Maybe in the mid lane. Kai'Sa wins against Tristana 100% of the time. So that's only 3 games. But it looks like 100% out of 3 games would be Kai'Sa strong into Tristana. So we got Rel and Alistar. And I know Alistar is a counter to Rel and Leona. Rel wins against, so maybe I'm wrong. I thought Alistar counters Rel. I know he counters Leona. She counters Leona. I think the point, though, is to knock her away when she tries to do her engage. So, whatever. So, okay. Go ahead and get into the game. So we got a, it looks like a winning lane matchup in the bottom lane for BLG. So it looks like Mad Lions got outdrafted in this game. Wow, they win the jungle matchup. I feel like there's a jungle difference between Wei and Elyoya, to be honest with you. I tend to favor the Asian teams. They play more games, they put in more scrim work. It's just natural that you're going to be better. Now, Mad Lions in this game looked like they did pretty well. So, okay, I had to make another cup of tea and feed my dog. Alright. And we've got, I don't know how far in depth I'll get in this game. I mean, we got lots of games coming up, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. So, like I talk about Vision here, In this picture, Knight doesn't have vision on these two, right? Supa and Alvaro, but he does have vision of Syndra. And let's see, is it this one? You get vision when the icons like barely intersect, like right here, like Vi and Skarner, Syndra and Ari. It looks like Rel is right here, but obviously Rel can't see them in the brush. Or Ben has vision on Cassante, but he's in the brush right there, so he can't see him.
Okay, let's look at this early
Okay,
setup.
I gotta remember how to use Epic Pen because it's been so long. So Vi has vision of Skarner.
Trying to be garnered from both sides. You can see MDK's
They're looking for Cassante right now. And Kaiser.
They need to keep track of any potential
MDK, that is.
being invested from either side.
On already getting aggressive on
So Alvera gets caught out alone, and he's going to get punished right here. Did that cost him anything? No.
Likely, as Knight also took a bit of damage for Scout.
And so Tristana is missing. Tristana's not in the bottom lane. She's up at top lane. So it looks like there's going to be some type of lane swap from Mad Lions here. Alright, I keep getting interrupted here by my little one.
Side of the map, this is a really difficult position to start a lane swap from, especially because they're on vid.
So we got Ben hiding. I don't think he's going to get punished. May lose his flash or something.
Are they looking to invade this? I think that'd be very ambitious. At the very least,
We got Vi and Rel going down to the bottom turret area, or actually over in the blue buff area.
they're going to try and interrupt. But look, the
Super
crossbow
lost,
happening.
or
You can see the
for
way they
Scowie
move to
lost
one
his
side
flash
of
and
MDK's
teleport, so he
jungle.
might get
The
punished.
map is gonna-
I did notice in this game, Knight had to take Charm first. And this might be some of the reason Ben hangs out in the mid lane for till he gets level 2, and it might have been to help out Knight, where he took Charm first. Might be some of the reasoning here. Seems like you want to get your top laner level 2, and then you teleport into the bottom lane or top lane whenever you lane swap. So obviously have a lane swap with Tristana and Alistar in the top, and then we got Elyoya starting over in the top blue side jungle here, and we got some vision. I don't know why it looks blurry to me for some reason. It's not.
But it is a clever adaptation because
The
so often
webcams
in
look
lane swaps
blurry
where both
on
teams
this
know it's coming, you can
broadcast.
have a Gnar, who's very vulnerable to those early dives. We saw it at MSI as well.
I mean, I got a cheap webcam. It looks just as good.
Sometimes harass a bit level 1, try to build a greater advantage as way in Alvaro. Trading blows here and
Trying to remember how to use Epic Pen.
crucially, Alvaro's by himself.
So it looks like Alvera might get dove here, and so Ben did come down the bottom lane. Didn't use his teleport though. Here we got Cassante teleporting to save Alvaro. I don't think you can dive this. I don't know what BLG's trying to do. They're being over-aggressive. I remember Merwin. I don't know if it's skill, more that he just got lucky here from BLG's greed. And I think he got a double kill out of this. He loses flash. So did Merwin, was that skill there, or did he get lucky on BLG just trying to dive the Cassante at level 2?
BLG's target management was of the tower. They were managing the aggro so well.
So if you're a jungler, you're trying to get level 4 by 4 minutes. So Merwin's already level 4. Wei is level 3. Should be getting level 4 here, and then once you're level 4, you usually back. I've been playing, guys, so I can know what I'm talking about. But you want to back and get your items, get a control ward, and then usually Like what I do is go to the Void Grubs directly. And then with the Void Grubs, the Elyoya gets spotted out here on the ward side lane brush, and Mad Lions get the crab for the Void Grubs, so or topside river control. So as I say, there's probably a stat where like you win the objective like 80% of the time if you have the scuttle crab at the objective. But it seems like if you're red side, either side you gotta pressure the lanes if you want to win Void Grubs. But it seems like the top side is probably more important for the Void Grubs to get for your team, because you're on the, like I talk about, there's a line that, that's not very straight, there's a line that divides this map in half. So when you look at it that way, this is the blue side of the map and this is the red side. Well, the Dragon Pit's on blue side, but the Baron Pit is on the red side. So to get the Void Grubs, especially if you're blue side, you've got to pressure the lanes so you're winning them and you're over the line pushing into the turret. Void Grubs help accelerate this and push the turrets down. So it seems like, in watching the LCK, and they talk about it in the broadcast later on, but the LCK seemed to go directly at the Void Grubs in 6 minutes, and that's what I've been doing in solo queue. The dragons are important, but it's like you can give 2 over as long as you get the 4 and get the Dragon Soul. But the Void Grubs are very important so you can win the turret, or you can take the turrets down. They really help accelerate that. And then if you get the Rift Herald on top. So I've been talking a lot, but like your BLG, you really want to pressure your lanes here and pushing over that line that I'm talking about on the enemy side of the map, and then get the Void Grubs. And you're easily going to get the turrets down, and you know, if you want to win the game, you have to get the turrets. They're worth a lot of gold. They extend they open up your vision on the map. But it's, what I'm saying is it's more difficult to win Void Grubs if you're on the blue side. You have to have your lanes pushing and basically be over that line. And as you see, like, BLG lost one of them. And some of that reasoning is Tristana really pressures her lane whenever, whatever lane matchup she's in versus Kai'Sa. So she should be a winning lane at least the first 6-7 minutes till she has an ult and can ult into Tristana and take her down. But the Ahri, the only losing matchup is the Vi into the Skarner.
Gets a bit aggressive, damage down onto Elk.
Which, one of these team fights later in the game, I remember it was just like perfect clock. My notes I wrote down in my little book is like, it was like perfect clockwork from BLG at 28 minutes into the game. Because they take Baron, they take just a ridiculous play where it's perfectly timed that Ben comes in, he's Mega Nard, he ults MDK into terrain. It's just like they have it down like perfect clockwork. Because it's hard to team fight with Gnar. You gotta have the Mega Gnar up and have your full rage bar to make some type of engage and then hit multiple targets. But this game, I'm sorry for Mad Lions, but I just feel like it's going to be a stomp from BLG. Mad Lions looked alright in the playing stage, but they're playing against the #1 LPL team, best Chinese team. This is probably the best LPL team I've seen, BLG. So it's like JDG was, everybody said, was really strong last year, but this is like a super team to me once they brought Wei on. So
Point click CC from
Nothing
Ryan.
really for
So
Scowie
much
could
power.
do. He
Just
didn't
very
have
much
his
executed as well.
flash
They
right
already got
there.
Scowie's flash earlier.
And that's what
Brennan,
you
they got it on the level
want to
one. They
punish
weren't able
players
to
that don't
punish it
have
the
their
first time
summoners
around,
down. I
but
talk
this
about
time
it all the
it
time in my
looked clean.
content if you're
Knight
new
now will
here.
secure the level
So
8.
Knight doesn't have his
Well,
flash,
his first
Elk
kill
doesn't
obviously
have
took very well
barrier,
down
doesn't
from
have
BLG's
flash,
mentioned
so
there. Elgoya sets his sights
if
to
you're
the
Mad
top side.
Lions, you have to make your play and
No
find
summons, but does have ulti. If they can
Elk
mark up
out
Elio,
somewhere and
perhaps
catch
wait
him
for him to
alone.
escape. Backing away
Like right
now,
now
bit
would
of
be a good
additional
time. He
movement
doesn't
going
have
away.
flash or
Flash the
cleanse.
ultimate. Unlocked up an
Elioya
just to escape using the
ulted the
ultimate.
wrong
Support taken
target
out,
there.
MDK.
They wanted to
Free
get
access out of
Elk,
the plates on the top side.
For Scout,
but at
struggling
least they got
again, but
somebody.
Elgoya making a smart choice. I'm just going to play towards where I know we have a strength.
got-
Super's getting great trades onto Elk.
It looks
They have
like
a stack
Cassante
wave.
may
They're
get
gonna
dove
deny a lot of
here
farm. Now,
after
Mia
Wei
with the farm has
finishes
to be
this
careful.
romp. Okay.
Bin, even though he's
Wei
behind
gets
in
spotted
experience,
out on a
knows the
ward.
limitations of his champion, is getting good trades, and they're also securing plates on the bot side of the map.
Sorry,
He's a
I'm
CS
kind of
advantage.
rusty. I
Securing those
haven't done
plates is
this
gonna
in a
help
few
close the
weeks,
gold
a
gap
couple
between him and
weeks.
the top side of the map.
I think it's
That's
only
the
been
thing
like a
about
week and a
BLG. Sure, they
half.
may have lost a few early skirmishes, they might be getting picked off here
Maybe
and there.
2
Well,
weeks
MDK have
tops.
the kill lead. You can't
So
ever
Knight gets
afford
caught
to
out on a
underestimate BLG.
on
They're
a
so good at moving
spotted
around the
on a
map, looking for
ward.
opportunities to punish
I
their
talk about the
opponents,
control
but
ward
so
or
far,
control
both
wards. I
teams
talk
being
about
proactive
vision
on the
a lot in my
sidelines.
content,
Pretty
so
even
it's
trades.
probably
MDK,
things I'll go
small
over.
gold advantage, a lot of that because the kills
Rel
they've been able
got
to
spotted
amass, but
out
still
there
plays
at
going in
the
favor of BLG,
Elder
20
Lizard
seconds.
camp, I think.
Mount
No, he
Drake.
didn't.
Always a bit
But
nerve-wracking.
Alistar just
If
got
they do
spotted out
not
on a
have
ward.
good vision
Skarner's
control to
gonna
walk
get
into
spotted
enemies'
out on a ward,
objectives, the
so
threat of Knight
BLG's
playing
gonna
together
rotate
alone is
or
so much, but obviously once you add anyone
make
else
some
in, it
different
gets
plays
more
around the
and
map
more
now that they know where
chaotic.
Alistar and Skarner are. You make your plays around vision control. So Wei's spotted here, so now Mad Lions know that BLG's taking the dragon in the bottom lane, so see the Void Grubs are back up in 20 seconds. So really, it's Mad Lions look like they don't know what to do here. They don't know to go for the Void Grubs. They don't know to take the turret down. They probably should have dove Knight because he didn't have flash. So that was kind of indecisiveness from Mad Lions right there. They should have just straight up dove. They didn't have ult on Elioya, but Knight didn't have his flash when I was talking about it. They could have dove him and then went to the Void Grub. So there's a play that Mad Lions already missed that an LCK team or LPL team would have punished Knight for not having his flash and being in the top lane. So Mad Lions might not even win all of these Void Grubs right here. So at least Elioya does get a 2-man Skarner ult and got it on Knight, who just had his flash, But again, it was too late. He could have done that to Knight under his turret. So Mad Lions, there was miscommunication and indecisiveness of not knowing what to do. And unfortunately, you're playing the best LPL team, and if you want to win worlds, you got to have these things figured out. You got to make your decisions like this. You can't have any lag, because there was like a 20-second window where the Void Grubs were going to be up, and they didn't know what to do right there. They didn't have anything to farm, so they just kind of stood around in river while Knight was up in the top lane farming. And he didn't have flash, so should have dove him and punished him. Yes, maybe he would have had ultimate up, and they thought that he would get away, but you had 3 people, 3 champions there. So Knight gets spotted out here on a ward. I just saw, so then Knight gets spotted out, but they do have Vi here to help Knight. He doesn't have flash, so again, Knight doesn't have flash, Wei doesn't have flash, so if you're trying to make a play, if you're Mad Lions, you want to probably dive him right now. Unless Dragon's up in 3 minutes, Rift Herald in a minute. I don't even think BLG will really worry too much about the Rift Herald. Mad Lion, well, I guess they kind of need it because Mad Lion's got 5 Void Grubs. Like, Mad Lions should be able to get turrets down. That's what they should be doing, is taking turrets down Tristana and the Void Grubs. So that's something that we need to look at here. So Kai'Sa with her ultimate, Knight's Charm, get the Vi ult.
BLG
can really
they
pick
dance
off
around
single
the MDK
targets.
players, leveraging their mobility to the fullest, and they're able to find 3 kills.
Maybe the
4
Rel
even after they started that
isn't,
pick
or
onto
the
Aggro.
Alistar's not really
Very
countering the
well played
Rel
from
at
them.
all.
They get a
Be
bunch of
something in
plates
this
into mid.
game.
They set their sights on the Rift Herald. We look back at this
Sorry,
fight
I
again.
usually mean to
No
put my
level 6
mouse
for
over here
Alvaro.
so it's not on the
Just a bit of
screen.
chip damage,
A lot of
trading
people
back and
probably
forth,
don't
and then Wei
care, but
sees his
that's
target.
something that
Nice
would
stuff
bother
from
me.
Frescowi onto Knight
So
to
what
keep
does
that
El Yoya
distance,
do
but then they
here?
lock down
He
Alvaro.
does get Elk,
The jump is invested from Super.
and
He
Elk
can't
had
get that kill
barrier
onto
though.
Wei.
I would
And
think
then
that
as the
you'd want to
flash
get
comes in from
Knight
Elk,
who
a
didn't have
situation that is very
flash.
scary. Knight's
So
positioning
again,
makes it
some
hard for
more
Frescowi to
miscommunication
approach.
on Mad
And then the
Lions.
last bit of damage comes down to secure that kill onto Super, and Frescowi can't do anything to turn the fight around.
That's so frustrating for Supa. If he's just a little bit further back, the static
Just
proc
made
from
a cup
killing
of hot
El Yoya doesn't
tea,
hit
and I
him.
hope I
Oh
don't
boy,
burn
it
myself.
did. Decent chunk of damage to get the job done. We take a look.
Oh,
at
that's
the
good.
MasterCard
So
League
it looks
Economy
like El Yoya
snapshot,
is,
and
or
it's all
Wei
40
is
kills
spotted
to
out on
BLG
a
right
ward
now after a fight like
that
They're going to grab the Herald too, of course.
Mad Lions
Both up in
have
favor of MDK. They can pressure on the side lane here, but overall,
in the river.
really
But
turning around
BLG
what
do
little
have the
advantage
Scuttle
MDK
Crab,
had with that
and like I
massive
said,
play mid
there's
lane.
probably some stat, I'd like to
Crossmap is
look it
gonna
up,
come through as
that
BLG send Knight
I don't
over
think
towards the
this
top
team-
lane, and Wei is securing the Herald. Elk is going to be pushing in mid, close to securing that
my
tower.
tea's not going to sit in the cup holder.
A bit of a misplay there from
I should have
Elk.
put it in my
He
metal
ults
cup.
behind Super, which allows
There's
Super
going to be
not
some
get to the
stat where it's
tower.
like 80% win of the objective if you got the Scuttle Crab at the objective, like the
Small
Dragon,
moment
the
of
Baron,
reprieve for Super
the Rift
after
Herald.
securing that Infinity Edge as Tower gonna be traded
And
down
so,
the top side.
again, Knight should be
Level
punished. He doesn't have
Knight
flash.
Discovery
He's getting a turret down on
continues to
himself.
get stronger.
Now,
This is such a
the other
terrifying
side
position
is,
to
look
be
at all
in
this
for
vision
MDK.
that
Yes, the gold is
BLG
close, the
had in this
itemization
area to
not
protect
too
Knight.
different between the teams overall, but their team is
So
built to
what's
make
going
wins.
on
They're
here?
so good
Got
at
the
finding these
Dragon in
creative
30
moves. The team,
seconds.
You highlighted it in the draft. Their target selection is so good as well, and you can see for
It
MDK,
looks like
in these
BLG
team
are
fights,
probably going to be
BLG so much
prepping
more
this side, but
comfortable weaving in and out of the fight,
Mad
sitting
Lions
on the
do have
edge,
all this
finding
vision
these
here
small
to,
advantages, and
I
MDK,
guess, prep the
not only are
Dragon.
they gonna struggle in terms of gold deficit,
see
but their
what's going
competition
on.
not quite as quick to collapse on those
I
opportunities.
mean, BLG are also just good at setting up their sideways. Look, they've got Knight catching top wave. He has the TP.
So Knight finally has his flash, so he can side lane easily now. He's got the flash, got his ultimate, got his teleport up. Elk, if you're Mad Lions, is the one you want to catch out right now because he doesn't have flash. Supa is the one you want to charm on Mad Lions. He doesn't have flash, and I'm sure BLG are good enough. As On is spotted out on a ward right here, Elk is spotted out, so Mad Lions should rotate and make some type of play around the vision. Like I said, vision control. And so they decide to go bottom and make some type of play on Ben, but it's not going to work because Ben has flash up. And at the same time, BLG just get a turret for free. So I don't even think this is going to work. If so, it wasn't even worth all the time they just spent because BLG already just got a turret, so it's like the same amount of gold, if not more. I mean, it's 32k gold and 28.5k gold. You also have Knight up here in the top lane again, chunking down a turret. That's an awesome play right there that Knight just made. Now, Aoyoi unfortunately had flash. Murren is another one. Murren and Tristan are the ones you want to catch out because they don't have flash. It looks like Frescowi's just going to get straight up solo killed by Wei right here. So it looks like BLG are just going to get the Dragon for free pretty much. Mad Lions should be going for the Rift Herald now. Looks like they're pathing that way. But that's more of like a consolation prize. They've got the tools, Mad Lions, to get turrets, and they only have one right now to BLG's 4. So, I don't know, not looking too confident, Mad Lions. They do get the Scuttle Crab at the Baron Pit, but I think it's like a 2-minute or a minute 30-second duration on the Scuttle Crab, so it'll be down right when the Baron's up. And like I say, around this timing, another thing I normally talk about that I haven't, so On and Knight get spotted out right here. But both of them have flash, so there's really nothing that Mad Lions could do.
BLG are just doing a really
Now
good
there's
job of
3
managing
of
their
them.
side lanes. Like you can see it in terms of the
Ben's the
itemization
only
that
one that
both
doesn't have
carries for BLG
flash.
and Knight and
So he's the
Elk
one that you want to catch
secured
out
their
right
second.
now.
And now they set their sights on the top tier too. They're
And
just
really, I think
meticulously
let's
tearing
see.
apart what control MDK
Mad
have.
Lions
And
get
even though
Rift
the deep
Herald,
vision on the
right?
side of
So
MDK, their own jungle is very dark
I
and
think
full of
BLG
terrors.
is just kind of messing around, putting pressure up here in this jungle area, up here in the
They're
top
fine
side
just letting this Syndra push in bot lane. They don't
of
care. They're really not
top
worried about it.
side
They're
for
happy to play the
BLG
4-1. Neil,
of
you
red
don't want your hands
side's
to clear out the wave, but it's not going to be enough
red
as this
side
tower gets
area
low
on the
low.
map. What I mean is Mad Lions, like they're
They're
forcing Mad Lions from taking this area right here, is what I'm trying to say. They're just wasting time away by putting all this pressure. So Mad Lions could not get the Rift Herald. Like BLG could have just got the Rift Herald, right? But they decided, no, we'll just take all the resources away in Mad Lions jungle, and that'll be worth more than the Rift Herald. So, and turrets, and that's kind of what just happened. So it looks like Elk is going to get a turret, so that'll be 5 turrets now. Look at all that gold you get for a turret. So we got 38k gold to 33k gold. We got a 5k gold lead for BLG in 20 minutes. Like, that's very impressive. Like I said, it's like clockwork. So Avero, Tristana are going to get spotted out on a ward here. Look at all this vision that Knight has to be safe in this area. Plus he has flash. Plus he has his ultimate. Plus he has charm. He's spotted out, but there's nothing. And he's kind of just taunting Mad Lions right now. Like, please come and get me. Please come and get me. But Ben has teleport. He has On in the same area. On gets spotted by a turret.
But overall, the angles of attack here for MDK becoming more and more limited.
So the Baron's up, and what I normally talk about is you want to get 2 items and have your boots at 20 minutes into the game. You want to get 100 CS at 10 minutes, 200 at 20, 300 at 30, and so on, which is 10 CS per minute. Now, Mad Lions do have vision of the Baron, but there's nothing they can do. And let's look at the items. So he's got 2 items, 2 items. The only one is Ben that doesn't have 2 items. 2 items. I was going to say, I don't know if it's a good timing for BLG or not. Like, it's very aggressive for them to go. But it's also showing how confident they are, that they're basically saying that they're much better than Mad Lions to just go for the Baron that quickly, not even have all of the right itemization. And because Tristana has the 2 items, Syndra does not. Oyoye has 2 items. Asante doesn't have his 2 items yet. So, a little bit early. I like that. I like the play that BLG just made. But if it was another team like Top or Gen G or T1, they'd probably get punished and not be able to take that Baron so early, unless they had the items that I'm talking about. So Supa doesn't have barrier or flash. You make your plays on vision control, like I talk about, like wards and spotting the enemy out, and you make your plays on knowing if their ultimates are up or not. Tristana's ult is down, and you make your plays around the summoner spells, knowing when they're down. Those are things you gotta know, and I make cards. I can even put them in my VODs here, put a link to it, but it shows you all the timings. Like Flash is 5 minutes, which converts to 300 seconds. CDR Boots is 4 minutes 27 seconds. Cosmic Insight 4 minutes and 14 seconds, or both 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Heal Teleport, Unleash Teleport. Very valuable card, and if you would like the card, let me know. I'll start putting it in the, just leave me a comment below, and make sure to subscribe and like as well, and I'll put the card in my VODs. So BLG got the 3 dragons. I really like the dragons. I like that you get the 4 dragons by 20, 25 in a perfect world, 20 minutes. More realistically, 25 minutes. In a perfect world, you get the void grubs and then get the dragons, or you get the dragon, then you go up and take the void grubs, and you go back and get the dragon, then you go back and get the second void grubs, then you go back and get the next dragon, then you go back and get the rift herald, so on and so forth, and then you got the 4 dragons that get the dragon soul, and you got the baron, and you win the game in 25 minutes. If you keep up 100 CS at 10 minutes, 200 CS at 20 minutes, you have your 2 items by 20 minutes, you have 1 item by 15 minutes with boots, hopefully 10 minutes. So Merwin, let's see, Cinder didn't have flash, Merwin had flash, Tristana didn't have flash or barrier. Those would be the ones to catch out, even though Tristana can get away, I guess, with her W. So consolation prize, Mad Lions aren't even going to get that. Now they're going to let the BLG get the Dragon Soul, so this game's pretty much over, to be honest. Knight charms Merwin there, who doesn't have the flash. Scary when the enemy is literally at your base and there's nothing you can do.
Sometimes people look at League of Legends as this turn-based game. But
now Merwin's got his 2 items. Friscowy's finally got his 2 items, but unfortunately Knight has 3 items. And Ben is at 2.5 items. He's got the Sterix Gauge, Megatron Cloak, Recurve Bow. Wei is on 2 items. The Black Cleaver is a very expensive build in the Sunder Sky. Very expensive build on Vi, plus what, like 80 extra HP? Is it 40 HP on the Ruby Crystal? So Mad Lions is just, I wouldn't say slowly, quickly losing this game. Couldn't even make it to 30 minutes. Other than a headbutt pulverized from Alvaro, but if Alvaro goes in, I feel like I've talked a lot in a small amount of time. Ben continues to harass. Slow, controlled finish. I feel more confident. I definitely needed the breakaway because I'll give you better content. So what else is going on in this game? BLG is pushing in every lane, so this game should end really quickly because they got the bottom lane, got the top lane, got the mid lane pushed in. I don't think the Skarner ult is going to do much to these carries that have 3 items or 2.5 items. It's just going to kill your team even quicker if you're Mad Lions. This game is quickly over, like clockwork.
But it will not matter. MDK is able to round out the game by the very least putting
And BLG win. So let's see what they have to say about this game.
Too many back-to-back fights where he was the target and he really couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, we're setting up for the interview, but I think some takeaways can also be Knight on Ari. I mean, you know what's gonna happen.
Just want to see what I like to hear what the casters say, just to see what my analysis is like. If you're new here, I'm Sodaron. I've been playing League of Legends since the end of Season 2. I played Warcraft 3 since the beta, very high ranked ladder. I played Warcraft 2, again, very high ranked ladder before Warcraft 3 beta. So I've been doing Fog of War games since like 99 or 2000, so League of Legends is pretty easy to me. Now don't take that the wrong way. The mechanics, the macro, it does take a learning curve to play the 180 champions or 170 champions and learn what they do. But I mean, basically, especially the new ones, you got a dash, a slow, and anymore like a type of heal or invisibility, so it's not that difficult. I mean, Warcraft 3 had, you could control 3 champions at one time in Warcraft 3, where League of Legends you're controlling 1 plus multiple other units and dealing with Fog of War. So in League of Legends you're controlling 1 champion, and they work the same way. They got a passive, and they got 3 abilities and an ultimate. So to me, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons, plus F, plus D, and then you've got also F1 through F5, because you got to, and that's what I've been working on in solo queue, is not so much my mechanics, but to make sure that I can spam F2, F3, F4, and F5 when I need to look at my bottom lane, look at my mid laner, look at my top laner. So that's what I've been working on, and I'll show you whenever I start playing solo queue again.
其实赛前我们也想到他们会换线打我们，然后
Just wanted to see what Ben had to say.
其实前面也是跟我们想的一样吧，但是我们
I think he said I'm the best in the world. No, he actually said I love you all.
稍微有点
So he seems
So to be
very
honest,
humble.
before this game, we have already made this kind of prediction.
he
Yeah,
was
my
like, thank you.
game, and also it feels like they also have the drop that we have already predicted. But maybe the issue happened around the bot lane tower dive because we played so messy around there. So it's kind of
I don't know why, but I like to
still
look
a
at what shoes
disadvantage.
people
So
have
it's
on
kind
for
of
some reason. Like, to me, it's like I can.
Still an amazing
It's just
read on that, and
interesting to
great
see what
recovery
shoes
on
people
that
wear.
game, Bin. One thing that is always short with you is the confidence that you have coming into the international stage. You keep on saying that you're the best top laner in the world, but I want you to give me specifics as what makes you the best top laner in the world.
I'd like to have one of those
stand out?
world's cards.
其实我们很多时候想到兵哥，第一个我们想到的词语就是你的自信心。很多时候你都会说，来到这
That
种
would be a
世界
cool
大赛的
souvenir
舞
to
台
have.，
你想成为你会是最强的上单，所以也想问
I think
一下
he
你
also
觉得
said
有
I'm
哪
the
些
best
在
top
自己的
laner in the
特质
world.
能够让自己在众多上单之中脱颖而
Not
出
like
呢？
plain say that, but got asked
我
about
认
it.
为自信是
And
来源于
it's
实力
good to
的
have
就是
that confidence
如果
if you
没
want to
有
be
实力
good
再
at
有自信都
solo
没有
queue.
用，所以
You can also be
要对自己的
overconfident.
实力的认可，以及让自己变得更强。
I believe that confidence is from your own ability. Without your own ability,
I was working with Gam at
no
Worlds.
matter what confidence you have,
I
it's
kept
still
saying to be
useless.
confident,
So what
be
I really
confident,
need
be
to do
confident
is
in
try my
yourself,
best to
and they
hold
were
this
actually
confidence
too
and also
confident
put this as a
'cause they,
motivation to become even more
played too
stronger in the
over
future.
aggressive and then
Wise
got
words
punished
here.
super
And I'm gonna
hard.
give you the final
They
words
were actually
here on
doing
this
pretty
interview,
well
actually.
because they had to
It
play
would not
top
be a
esports and they
Bin
had to play
Walls interview
DRX.
without a special
They had to
message
play
from you in
Rogue.
English if you want to talk to the
And
crowd.
they were actually doing
那
pretty
最
well
后
in the
也把一
first
点
10
时间
minutes,
留给我
and
们
then
的
they
兵
fell
哥，我
off the
们从
horse
暂
being
时如果不
overconfident.
让你说点英文的话，好像这就不是一个
I
兵
kept
哥式的采
preaching
访。所以
confidence,
说，有没有
confidence
什么想要对所有的观众朋友们说
in
的呢？
my
有没有？
slides. I remotely worked. I didn't
thank
live
you,
in
I love you.
Vietnam. I would have went there, I guess, if I had to.
Thank you so
I'm
much,
willing to
Bin.
travel. I
Amazing
want to work
interview,
with a
Wendy.
team.
Thank you so much for the help.
Another
Amazing
team.
to have you back. And that's all for us here
LEC
on this side
team,
of the
NA
stage. We'll be
team,
right back.
Brazilian team even. So that's it for the BLG Mad Lions series, and I will catch you in the next game. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out and follow twitch.tv/Sodaron. Please follow. If you like my content. Subscribe. It's not hard either. You just hit one button. You don't have to pay anything. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Same thing. You just hit a button and like the content. YouTube.com/@Sodaron. I'm not asking for money, just asking for a follow and a like. Just click some buttons. Follow me at x.com/Sodaron, and I will catch you next time. Thank you for tuning in.
disaster. Just give me one more try. Suffocation, everything I see is mine. I think we're gonna hit disaster. Just give me one more try. And the moon came out on that gloomy night. Her face was full of pleasure, his was full of delight. And the clock struck 12, she was out of sight. They still love each other, all they could do is fight. Suffocation, everything I see is mine. I think we're gonna hit disaster, just give me one more try. Suffocation, everything I see is mine. I think we're gonna hit disaster, just give me one more try. Suffocation, everything I see is mine. I think we're gonna hit disaster, just give me one more try. Suffocation, everything I see is mine. I think we're gonna hit disaster, just give me one more try.